That's Thomas 4.
Everyone, Engine 2, respond for cardiac arrest. Justin Millwall, 701 Road, Apartment 129, 701 Road, Apartment. Everyone, Engine 3, respond for cardiac arrest. Justin Millwall.
Your mother has chosen to take the 8-month-old baby to the audition rooms, into those audition rooms, and it went from there and progressed into 50 commercials by the time I was 5.
The Golden Globe-nominated actor's career has spanned more than 3 decades, starring in movies and TV shows like Nashville. I love that.
And I realized that I was in danger, but by the time I'd realized I was in danger, I was quite literally out to sea.
People are searching on the internet if he had anything to do with her death. People are actually searching for that right now. This is the emails that I've got. Yesterday afternoon, we unfortunately lost a beloved actress, Hayden Panettiere. Now, I've watched a lot of her movies, shows. I was a big fan of Heroes. Some people started emailing me, asking me to look into it because they felt like it was something suspicious. So I'm going to get into this to see if there is something suspicious. So I'm going to dig into everything that I found, and I'm going to tell you guys why people were emailing me this. Stay tuned, Fugitive TV. Welcome to Fugitive TV. I am your host, Ray Marcel. And what we do here is we take a look at cases of missing individuals, anything true crime. And then what we do is we give it a deeper look, a different perspective, because I was once a fugitive on the run from the law myself. After I committed some white collar crime, I went on the run for 15 years and then lived in different countries under different names, eventually turned myself in. Now I have this YouTube channel. I help family members locate missing individuals and even locate fugitives that are on the run, because I know what it takes to vanish. And my experience, I'm able to look at loopholes and gray areas of all kind of cases. Well, Hayden Panettiere unfortunately passed away yesterday. There's a lot of questions of what happened, how it happened, who was with her, all kind of things. People were emailing me. I woke up this morning to probably about 30 to 40 emails asking me to look into it because some people were suspicious that something could have happened to her, which I do understand where people could be coming from, which I'm going to explain. And I'm going to break this down. I'm also going to show you guys the actual dispatch call that where, you know, EMS arrived to the scene and exactly what they are saying. Okay, so we're going to break all this down.
Overnight, Hayden Panettiere, the actress who went from Heroes cheerleader to country stardom on Nashville, has died. In recent months, she had spoken openly about her struggles with addiction and depression.
So this right here is from the New York Post. And this says, this is a haunting video that captures the 911 dispatchers being called to Hayden Panettiere's address with the reported cardiac arrest and suspected overdose. Emergency services were called to Judson Mill Lofts in Greenville, South Carolina, just after 1:50 p.m. Sunday to reports of a person in cardiac arrest and an irresponsive female, according to dispatch audio, which we're going to take a listen to that. Later in the same dispatch, an EMT reports that they have arrived at the address following a suspected overdose and that the CPR is in progress. And this is her. I mean, like I said, I used to follow her. Actually, I follow her on Instagram, but I mean, I was a big fan, especially after Heroes. Heroes, you know, I didn't watch Nashville too much, but Heroes, yes. And I don't know if you guys remember this. There was a movie called I Love You, Beth Cooper. One of my favorite movies ever. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. It's a kind of like a rom-com, but it was really funny. Now it says Hayden, 36, was pronounced dead at the scene at 2:32 p.m., around 40 minutes after a friend called 911. It is unclear if Hayden's sometime boyfriend, Brian Hickerson, placed the call. Advanced cardiac life support was employed by paramedics to try and save the hero's star life. TMZ reported citing law enforcement sources. In recent years, the former child star had opened up about her battles with alcohol and addiction. At 15, she was offered happy pills before going into the red carpet. She revealed in a 2022 interview. They were to make me peppy during interviews. I had no idea that this was not an appropriate thing or what door that had opened for me when it came to my addiction. Now, this right here is a picture of the apartments, okay, which we're going to take another deeper look right here. A general view of Judson Mill Lofts apartments Sunday in Greenville. Okay, Panettiere also opened up about her battles with postpartum depression following the birth of her daughter Kaya with her fiance Vladimir Klitschko. Now, Vladimir Klitschko is a former heavyweight champion. Him and his brother, the Klitschko brothers, were both heavyweight champions. Some people consider them some of the greatest heavyweight champions to get inside of a ring. And now I believe they're both from Ukraine. And so they had a daughter together. In October 2015, she checked into a rehab facility, spending 8 months receiving treatment for alcohol and drug addiction. She was told she could be dead within 5 years if she didn't stop drinking, Panettiere recalled in her autobiography.
And my heart sank, and I didn't know how it was going to go. And they walked up to the teacher and told her, and I looked at her and I said, it was an accident. And she looked right at me and she said, oh, it doesn't look like an accident to me.
Now, I don't know if this is like the exact model of the apartment, because they have a 1, 2, and 3 bedroom apartment. They actually look really nice, and they're lofts. So like this one is 1,300 square feet. And this is a 3 bedroom. So like I said, I don't know if this is the exact type of model that she was in, but I figure I'll show you guys, so that way you guys can actually take a look at kind of the idea of how she was living at the time. So these are like loft style apartments. And like I said, these are very nice. Very nice. Now, I'm not the only one, I guess, receiving information to look into this. If you go to Plunder Studio on Facebook, she does a lot of true crime as well. She's really good at getting information. Go check her out, especially on YouTube. I guess she was getting information as well. And what she was getting was information about Brian Hickerson, which was Hayden's boyfriend. Okay. People are searching on the internet if he had anything to do with her death. People are actually searching for that right now. This is the emails that I've got, because some people believe that he had something to do with it. This is what people are telling me. Now, Hayden did have a on and off again relationship with Brian Hickerson. Matter of fact, if I go right here to Google, Hayden and Brian were involved in a high-profile public group brawl outside the Sunset Marquis Hotel in Los Angeles on March 24, 2022. According to Panettiere's representative, the street fight started after Hickerson criticized another diner's poor tip for a waitress, leading an outside group to shove Hickerson and security to clear everyone on the street, where a physical scuffle ensued.
We're trying to leave! We're trying to fucking leave this guy!
Then it goes on to escalation. The group began badgering and shoving Hickerson, prompt venue security to force everyone outside. So there was like, and even though this didn't have to do anything with him and her directly, but this is kind of like an example of what went on. And it says they're pair dated on and off from 2018 through 2022, a period heavily marred by severe domestic incidents. All right. 2020 arrest. Hickerson was arrested in Wyoming on Valentine's Day 2020 after Panettiere reported he punched her in the face and threw her. The jail sentence. In April 2021, Hickerson pleaded no contest to felony counts of injuring a partner and served a 45-day jail sentence alongside former probation mandatory domestic violence classes. Now, if we go back over to Plunder, she actually says on March 8, 2026, Hayden and Brian were spotted together. Brian was previously arrested for domestic violence. Hayden described an incident of violence in 2020. TMZ reported that Hayden flew to South Carolina with Brian. However, it is not clear if Brian was the person who called 911. Hayden had flown from LA to the area with Brian per TMC and had recently complained of back pain this past year. Chest compressions did not save Hayden, who was pronounced dead at 2:32 p.m. Police are reporting no initial signs of foul play, nor did her death appear suspicious. But of course, an autopsy will have to confirm these initial findings. On May 12, 2026, Brian gave an interview to TMZ titled Hayden Panettiere's ex-boyfriend. Brian Hickerson reacts to her new memoir detailing abuse. So right now, like I said, there are people, speculating about what could have went on with Brian.
So what did you think?
Hayden's book's incredible.
Despite some of the, kind of rehashing some of the things that happened between you guys, you still thought it was good?
No, I think it's great. I think everyone should read it. I mean, the domestic violence stuff that I think is like 272, page 272, my chapter. Everybody should read it. Who wants to read something about themselves like that, right? But, you got to be vulnerable. And, I did it.
Everyone is into your son for cardiac arrest. Dustin Milwaukee, 701 Department 120, 701 East Department 120. Everyone is into your son for cardiac arrest. Dustin Milwaukee, 701 East Department 1209, 701 1209. Process 29 responding.
Central 1.
That's wrong, Central 1.
Echo, Alpha 43, South Central 1. Copy of 43.
Medic Medic 24 is available, staying downtown. Spawn in place of Medic 29. Easley Bridge Road, overdose. CPR is in progress.
1209, 1209. That's affirmative, that's what we were given. Is that not correct?
Audio.
Medic Thomas 4.
That's 4, go ahead.
Medic Tom, what time did fire arrive on scene?
Yeah, 1354.
Dispatch 29 Alpha, Battalion 29 on scene. Battalion 29 on have carry command.
10-1.
Dispatch 29 Alpha.
Go ahead.
Signal 9.
Confirming signal 9.
Affirmative.
10-4. Orange County EMS needs to cancel.
Negative. Dispatch 29 Alpha.
29 Alpha.
Can you check with Greenville County and see if they have any EMS supervisors? If they have one of those, then we could get, you can cancel Orange, but we just need an EMS unit route.
10-4, we'll check.
Dispatch, you can show Greenville County Sheriff's Office and Lawrence County EMS on scene.
10-4.
We have the unit in the corner's office.
So that's the emails I was getting from people who were concerned fans. Personally, I don't think so. I mean, the autopsy still has to come out. I don't think he has anything to do with it. He did fly in to see her, I guess, this weekend or past weekend, but I don't think he has anything to do with it. The autopsy still has to come out. I could be wrong, but I think this is just a case of a person that had a lot of demons to fight and unfortunately lost that battle. We see it a lot. We see it every day, dealing with people, whether they're rich, famous, poor, it doesn't matter. All walks of life, male, female, color, it happens. And just to shows you, just because people are shown on pictures smiling and happy does not mean everything is okay. My condolences go out to her family, her daughter, her friends. We don't have it confirmed of who exactly found her. Now, the dispatch call does sound like they messed up the apartment at first. So I don't know if they went to the wrong apartment at first. That part I don't know. But I did want to tell you guys that if you listen to the full dispatch call, it does sound like an apartment number was messed up. I'm not sure about that. But please, you guys comment below. Let me know if you know of Hayden. And if so, what movie or show did you see her on or start following her on? Or even if you didn't know her, even let me know below, okay? Please, guys, take care of one another. Love one another. Look out at your surroundings. Watch your surroundings. This is Fugitive TV. Until next time, I'm out.